Hi everyone, this is DNE. In this video, I'll show you how to set up AI coding tools in Positron. This is something people have been asking about for a while, especially on YouTube. I will assume you already have Positron installed on your machine. If not, there are other videos that cover installation and general comparisons with RStudio or VS Code. Here we'll start from a clean setup and jump straight to the AI part. On the left sidebar, you'll see a robot icon. Clicking it opens the chat pane. By default, the AI feature is turned off because it's still a preview feature, but I've been using it for several months without major issues. To enable it, click Enable Positron Assistant, and then tick the checkbox to turn the feature on. Next, we need to add a language model provider. Positron supports two providers by default, Anthropic and GitHub Copilot. There are other options actually, like OpenAI, Google Gemini, and others, but they are hidden by default. The Positron team mainly uses Anthropic, and most of their official examples are based on Anthropic. However, the Anthropic API can be pretty expensive. Since this video is aimed at students, we'll use GitHub Copilot instead. If you have student access, Copilot actually provides more capable models at no additional cost within the monthly usage limit under the current policy. If you're a student or a teacher, you can get Copilot Pro by joining GitHub Education. You'll need to verify your academic status, and approval usually takes about a day. Copilot Pro is included as part of GitHub Education benefits. You'll also get access to learning resources and tutorials, which can be quite useful. Even if you're not a student or a teacher and you don't want to subscribe to Copilot Pro, you can still use the Copilot free tier benefits with a limited number of requests and code completions each month. However, the free tier does not have access to the more capable models. If you click on your profile in the top right, then go to Copilot settings, you can check your current plan status and usage. Here you can see that my student status is verified and I'm on Copilot Pro. Usage is refreshed every calendar month. Personally, I use Copilot on a daily basis, and as of today, which is the 22nd of the month, I've only used about 20% of the limit. So in practice, this should be more than sufficient for most non-computer science student workflows, especially if you choose the right model for the right task. Which we will demonstrate later. So let's go back to Positron. At this stage, we'll need to log into GitHub to use the Copilot service. Continue. Then we'll need to paste the code, which we copied automatically from Positron. Then continue again. Authorize. And then Positron asks us to reload the window. Yeah. Now it's all set. Here you can see a wide range of available models. What really matters here is the multiplier. Some models, such as GPT-5 Mini, are labeled as ×0. This means they do not consume any premium requests when you use them, which is quite nice. With the Copilot Pro plan, which is available to students, you receive a monthly allowance of 300 premium requests. Models such as GPT Codex and Claude Sonnet have a ×1 multiplier, so each use counts as one premium request. But Claude Opus is the special one. It has a ×3 multiplier, so using it once consumes 3 premium requests every time. But it is also the most capable model in this list. For more details, you can refer to this GitHub page, which explains the request allowance and multipliers in more detail. For my own workflow, I use GPT-5 Mini, and I find it to be sufficient for most data analysis tasks. I usually switch to Claude Sonnet or GPT Codex for debugging or for generating larger sections of code only. I rarely use Claude Opus for data tasks, but when I do use it, it's typically for fixing complex issues or generating full pull request directly on GitHub, so I don't use it in Positron often. You can also choose the mode for the AI task. I usually use the agent mode, and in this mode, the AI can actually edit your existing code and run it automatically on its own. But if you prefer more control, you can use the edit mode, which allows the AI to modify your source code, but it does not run the code for you. Or you can just use the ask mode, which does not even edit in mode and will return answers only in this chat pane. One reason the Positron AI assistant is especially useful is that it has access to your current console session and understands what your data looks like. For example, here I've loaded a real-world dataset and we can ask questions directly about the data frame. And you can see it knows my data pretty well. We can also ask the assistant to carry out data analysis tasks. For example, here I will ask it to generate a plot from this data. Oh, it's not added to my current file, but we can still run it. And you can see we get a plot, which looks just as expected. And you can see the model is smart enough to remove special coded values from the dataset. Now we'll ask it to do some linear regression tasks, but for this purpose, I'll use one of the more capable models and add our existing code to its context. And let's see how it goes. Yeah, let's run it. Yeah, and it has produced a table successfully, and it looks quite good. Next, I'll show you a very handy feature, which is code completion. Even when you're not explicitly asking the assistant to generate code, Copilot will try to predict what you're about to type next, and you just need to press the tab key and it will auto-complete it for you. This can save a lot of time, especially when you're doing very repetitive work. Finally, the assistant can be very useful when you run into bucket code. In this example, I forgot to enclose the package name in quotation marks when trying to install a package. This is a very common mistake for our beginners. After you run into an error, Positron will give you options to explain the code or to fix it automatically. Let's see if the assistant can fix this code for us. Yeah, wonderful, it's got the right solution and you can just run it as usual. Thanks for watching and hopefully I'll see you next time. If there's anything you'd like a tutorial on, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll try to make one when I have time. See ya!